Tonight on CTV3 News, independent analysis by Hugh O'Brien validates terminal handling charges and throughput fees in BSI-BSA fee agreement. Prime Minister John Briceño is hopeful that Belize's energy crisis will soon end. A protest note is issued by government on incident at the Sarstoon between the GAF and Belizean soldiers. And the CMJC launches poultry hatchery program. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Friday, May 10th, 2024.
As I look out on the audience, I see many of the artists whose works are represented in this first display. My respect to each of you for contributing to Belize's creative and intellectual inheritance. I also offer my admiration and respect to those artists represented in the museum who have passed on. Their work lives on as sources of inspiration and education. For the many hundreds of artists who are not in the first show, I say that it is not our intention to develop a culture of exclusion or gatekeeping. Just the opposite. We see this space as one of liberation.
Yo me llamo José Luis Vivas. Yo he sido miembro desde hace 35 años en la Unión de Crédito. Todos mis préstamos que he pedido siempre me lo han dado. Ha sido una ayuda muy grande para mí porque he visto la prosperidad. Entonces ha crecido bastante por medio de la Unión de Crédito que me ha ayudado bastante en la comunidad de los cañeros, porque especialmente lo he visto porque hay muchos cañeros ahí en la Unión de Crédito y es por siempre por la ayuda que nos han dado. Yo empecé con 25 toneladas de licencia de caña. Ahorita ya estoy casi, entre yo y mi esposa casi tenemos las 2,000. Desde que estaba el señor Don Canul, yo ya estaba trabajando con la Unión de Crédito y ese viejito me trató muy bien. Me trató muy bien, entonces yo se lo recomiendo a cualquiera para el futuro.
ITSAT STEAM Academy is a 4-year government high school that does focus on science, technology, engineering, arts and mathematics, which is called STEAM.
Before this, I've been to other high schools or primary schools, and just being here feels so much more different. But my experience with STEAM in a whole, I love it.
ITSAT STEAM Academy, we are inclusive.
Females in robotics, I think that we could have a lot of success.
This has been the best experience school life I've ever had. It brings out your creative and innovative side in almost all subjects. In fact, in all subjects.
My experience at ITSAT STEAM Academy is stunning.
Our students will, I hope, tell you that they are happy to be here, because from the moment they set foot in the campus in the morning to the moment they leave, they're engaged in interesting activities which have real meaning to their lives. And by doing this, the learning is much deeper, more effective and long-lasting.
Good evening with your news also simulcast on Face FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. Prime Minister John Briceño, along with representatives from Belize Electricity Limited, BEL, will be traveling to Mexico over the weekend, where they are scheduled to meet with President Manuel López Obrador and representatives of CFE. The main topic of discussion for that meeting is the ongoing energy crisis affecting the jewel. Ahead of his trip, Prime Minister Briceño says he is eager to receive a positive feedback from that meeting.
I'm very optimistic and excited about what can be accomplished. I think the most important thing is that I believe at this point, I spoke with CEO Mencias yesterday. We managed to get the Mile 8 on the Western Highway generator going. Once that is working well, we'll be able to barely hold on, but we'll be able to be well with our energy needs. We'll be able to meet them. And when we get the San Pedro 21 megawatt generator going, that then will also ensure that we can be self-sufficient. But let us not forget that when we connect to CFE, there are certain hours of the day, like especially like around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, we can get energy at 2 cents and 3 cents per kilowatt. So the plan is we are going to ask CFE if they could increase the maximum that they can sell to Belize. Presently, it's at 55 megawatts, and we're hoping that we'll get at least to 60. Because when they can give us a 60, because it's cheaper, we buy from them, and then when it's more expensive, then we could switch over. So it's a matter of being that balancing act to ensure that we could get the best possible price for our consumers.
The ongoing energy crisis, while it was forecasted, Prime Minister Briceño says it was not expected to happen until 2028 and was only precipitated by Belize's successful economic growth.
What has happened to both the Yucatan Peninsula and to Belize, that, for instance, we are victims of our success. Our economy has been growing so fast that it has been difficult for BL to be able to keep up with the energy use of the country. We are presently using the projections of 2028. That's where BL expected, and in 2028 we're going to be. Here we're in 2024. Our government, from the day we got in, we're starting to find, looking at, we knew this was coming. We did not expect it was going to happen in 2024. And so we've been working on other projects, solar in particular, and batteries, about a 45 megawatt battery storage with the World Bank. With the Saudis, when we spoke to them, and they immediately said, yes, we prepared to lend 77 million, I think, US dollars. Once they approve that, they don't write you on check. Then we have to come up with the actual designs and the place we're going to put it. Meeting with BL, BL pointed out to us that the transmission line cannot hold 60 megawatts at a time. We have to break it up in 20 megawatts. So the first one, looking at the plans that BL was already working with, cooperating with our government, now we're fast tracking. Now we are at the point where the designs have been accepted, and we presented it to the Saudis, to the bank that is going to lend us the money. And now we are in the process of getting a group, I think it has to be with a Saudi group, together that we will be able to build the solar plant. The area has been identified. It's going to be in Bomba, that's by the Mascal area. And we expect that by July, August of next year, the first 20 megawatts is going to be online. And now BL's challenge is to ensure that they continue to work on improving their transmission lines. And because, again, of the amount of use and the excessive heat, it creates breaks from time to time in their lines. And so now we need to build a second line to connect to the grid from Mexico onto the middle of this country.
After almost 6 months, BSI-ESR announced that an independent expert appointed by the government has concluded that port charges are justified. The independent look into these charges came as part of an agreement between the government of Belize, the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association, and BSI-ESR back in January as part of the agreement for a 2-year commercial agreement. 2024, as viewers may remember, was met with turmoil here in the north as Cañeros, belonging to the largest association, BSCFA were engaged in prolonged protest action over the signing of a long-term commercial agreement with BSI-ASR. After 8 days of vigil and 3 days of intensified protest action by the farmers, which resulted in blockades of the Philip Golson Highway, the Minister of Agriculture being manhandled by Cañeros of the BSCFA, and the forced return of Prime Minister Briceño from an official papal visit to the Vatican, an agreement was reached with intervention by Prime Minister John Briceño. The agreement came with several conditions, including an economic analysis into the port charges, which will be conducted by former Agriculture CEO Hugh O'Brien. After more than 5 months, that analysis was concluded and found that terminal handling charges and throughput fees are justified port charges. He also concluded that the industry is saving significant costs from the transition to the port of Big Creek through more efficient loading. In a release by the millers today, they add, and we quote, "Based on the findings, these charges remain in the commercial agreement and cane price estimates issued thus far for the 2023-2024 crop stay unchanged," unquote. Tensions in the Sarsoon River were high a couple weeks ago when a group of reporters accompanied by Belize Defense Force soldiers had an encounter with Guatemalan armed forces. As we have reported, the GAF claimed the entire Sarsoon River as Guatemala's territory and informed the group of Belizeans that permission is needed to traverse the river. Following that incident, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs have issued a note of protest on the incident, and earlier this week, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Francis Fonseca, was in Guatemala on Monday, along with Chief Executive Officer Amalia May. There they met with Guatemala's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Carlos Martinez. Today, in an interview with Foreign Minister Francis Fonseca, he spoke about that visit and the steps being taken in this regard.
An established process to respond to these matters. So yes, we have sent a diplomatic note of protest, but we've done more than that. We've, at the military level, we've also had our representatives from the Ministry of Border Security reach out to their counterparts in Guatemala to speak about this issue. And as well, I, of course, raised the issue in my meeting with the Guatemalan Foreign Minister to again formally register our concern and our protest over the actions. So, I think those were well met, and I think the Guatemalan Foreign Minister is committed, I think, to acting in good faith, to ensuring that, that we do not have a repeat of this type of incident. So that is our hope.
Foreign Minister Honorable Francis Fonseca today joined in with the Prime Minister and other ministers of government to condemn the recent proclamation of opposition leader Shine Barrow when he called Belize a narco state. Barrow's words, according to the Foreign Minister, while they may not hurt Belize on the international stage, should be condemned by all Belizeans.
No, I think that's absolutely reckless. It's irresponsible. It's pathetic. There are so many other adjectives that I could use, but it's certainly absolutely disappointing, and I think it reflects very poorly on him. This is our country. Belize is absolutely not a narco state. We know what narco states look like. You have any idea about foreign policy and you have any understanding of national security issues, you would know what a narco state is. We have seen those in Latin America and parts of Central America as well. So Belize is not there, and we absolutely are committed to doing everything we can to ensure that, as we keep saying, that no narco trafficking organization gains a foothold in this country. So I think, I condemn in the strongest possible terms the leader of the opposition. I think it's a desperate appeal for support. And I think all right-thinking Belizeans should condemn his words.
Today, Prime Minister John Bresenio also condemned the words of the leader of the opposition and the messages aired on various media outlets.
PM, is your cabinet under attack with all these ads talking about a narco minister in your cabinet?
Again, I would repeat, it was reckless of the leader of the opposition, and the people that are putting those ads, it's reckless on them because they are not affecting the government, they are affecting Belize. We are nowhere close to being a narco state, and they know it, but they're trying to get some kind of political support. What they're doing is that people are getting turned off by them with that kind of behavior, so I condemn that in the strongest way possible.
Coming up next, who knocked down Wilbur Beltran? That is what police are trying to find out after detaining one person for questioning. Stay tuned.
Mi nombre es Mercedes García, me dedico a artesanías de bayal. Yo tengo, creo que más de 20 años de ser miembro. Quería poner este negocio y le dije pues fui allá y le dije al gerente, por favor, necesito unas máquinas. ¿Y qué necesitas? Pues dime cuánto. No tenía casa, no tenía nada. Ahorita tengo casa, hasta carro tengo. Lo que me gusta ahí en Credit Junior que uno llega y puede ver bastante fila, pero rápido. Los que trabajan ahí, los trabajadores son rápidos. Y acá pues me ayudaron hasta para hacer esto. Estas paredes así me ayudaron a hacerlo porque me dieron el préstamo. Entonces, aunque yo no lo puedo hacer, pero pago para que me lo hagan y eso pues gracias a Credit Junior.
One day, we decided to gather everyone who loves The Last of Us in one place. The naked and afraid fans, and well, everyone who loves realities. The ones who don't like spoilers, and the ones who do. And those who love Barbie and Peppa Pig. That place is called Max. Well, it's not an actual place. It's on your screens, and there's room for everyone. Max is here to bring you more of the stories that you love. Max, the one to watch.
Our legacy isn't how many commas we have in our bank account. It's who we're lucky enough to have in our lives and what we can leave them with.
Henry, remind me again why we can't put you in a gifted school.
Because it's better for my psychosocial development for me to interact with a peer group in a normal school environment.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Susan? I guess I could just set you up with direct deposit if that's easier.
I don't know. I'll have to ask Henry.
You have to ask your 11-year-old?
Did our financial statement come in the mail today?
Yeah, I forgot to give it to you.
I don't know how you do it, all by yourself.
Come on, I have Henry. Find me another male of the species who's more grown up than him.
I'd like to.
This story, it's about me, my brother, my mom, and the girl who lived next door.
Henry and Peter, they're lucky to have you.
And your father's lucky to have you too.
Stepfather.
You okay?
I'm good.
Mom, I have to tell you something, and it's very important. Christine is in trouble. When someone hurts someone else, we have to make it better. There's only one way to stop it. I'd hope to do it all myself, but that's not an option.
There has to be another way to help Christina. Why there's no way to help.
Mr. Sickelman is the police commissioner. I'm not going to subject him to public scrutiny without conclusive evidence.
Okay, let's do this.
Mom, everything you need is right here. I'll be with you the whole time.
I know what you've done. Henry documented all of it.
Who do you think they're gonna believe?
It can't be left undone. No matter what, don't
I'm
panic.
not panicking.
We have to make it better.
To this door.
quick cash for your gold? Then take advantage of Monica's Pawn Shop's big loans on gold and our guaranteed low rate of only 10% on all pawn jewelry. But it doesn't stop there. We also pawn TVs, buy scrap gold, and pawn vehicles that you can still drive. Visit Monica's Pawn Shop today in our Belize City location at number 128 Cemetery Road, our Belmopan location at number 5 Garden Plaza, our Orange Walk location, number 2 Belize Corazol Road. Give us a call at 207-0970 and get more money for your gold jewelry.
Tonight, Wilbur Beltran is still recuperating from injuries sustained a few days ago when he became the victim of a hit-and-run accident. He was left on the pavement of the Santa Rita Road for dead by the unknown driver of the vehicle. The incident happened in the wee hours of Sunday morning. Surveillance camera of a business entity recorded the accident, and family members have skirted other businesses to gather more evidence that could assist in identifying the driver or drivers. The Corozal Police Department is following all leads, and CTV3 News have been reliably informed that one man from Corozal was taken into the police station for questioning. It is unknown, however, if he is the driver of the vehicle that knocked down Beltran. Our sources also tell us that police have impounded a vehicle believed to be the one that knocked down Beltran. Late this evening, our news team contacted one of the brothers of Wilbur Beltran, who is awaiting word from officers in relation to the investigation. Meanwhile, Beltran is in need of blood as he remains bedridden at the Carl Kushner Memorial Hospital, and his prognosis of recovery is grim. CTV3 News will be following the story for any updates. Ada Etel Toro, a 37-year-old food vendor from Seaweed Street, San Pedro, returned to court today for allegedly using Minister Cordell Hyde's name and the Facebook account to scam another woman out of $500. Toro, out on bail since her initial arraignment on February 21, 2024, appeared before a magistrate in court for partial disclosure in her case. Toro faces charges of obtaining property by deception for allegedly receiving $300 and $200 in cash from Natalie Gotoy on February 12th and 13th, 2024, respectively. Gotoy believed she was corresponding with Minister Cordell Hyde regarding a land business transaction. However, upon discovering the deception, Gotoy filed a report with the Mahogany Police Station, leading to an investigation. Sergeant 536 Joel Greenidge, who led the investigation, obtained statements from Minister Cordell Hyde confirming he had no involvement in the business dealings. Toro surrendered herself to police at the Raccoon Street Police Station after a warrant was issued for her arrest. During the investigation, Toro handed over receipts for bank withdrawals and money transfers, expressing surprise at the trouble she faced. Her case was adjourned to May 30, 2024. Today, Centro Escolar Mexico Junior College witnessed the inauguration of their Poultry Hatchery and Productive Initiative project and the culmination of their Vanilla Phase 2 project. Both projects are funded through the Ministry of Investment and the Office of the Prime Minister. While the Vanilla project was executed at a price tag of $7,000, the Poultry project comes with a cost of $10,000. Both projects seek to be a bridge for students of the institution and single mothers in order for them to become financially sustainable.
Okay, the poultry, we want to train again 13 ladies, including our students, with management, breeding, raising of, well, 2 areas of chicken, the local chicken and the chicken that we call the Mennonite chicken, which is not the Mennonite chicken, right? But here in the north, in Belize, we call them local chicken or Mennonite chicken. So we want to change that perspective in our ladies. So we are talking now about breeds, and we are training them in these 2 areas. And this is the initiation of the project. The project has 3 phases. Phase 1 today, within 21 days, we will give them the hatched chicks, local chicks, and the other 28 days, we will slaughter or butcher our broilers. We had like about 4 demonstrative coups. Depending on the pocket, depending on the objectives that these ladies want to accomplish, we showcased different coups that they can choose from so that they can initiate their project.
For the Dean of the institution, being able to embark in both projects proves that CMJC is capable of undertaking any task.
For the past year, we have been dealing with planting cuttings of vanillas, and we are the first institution here in the north that has a vanilla nursery. Okay, the culmination of this project is called Phase 2 culmination of the vanilla project, which entails 4 objectives, and the 4 objectives that were done during this phase was training on cuttings and identifying the good cuttings for us to transplant. And the other one was the completion of the nursery and the establishment of these cuttings inside our nursery. Okay, the participants are 30 ladies, including 10 students of Centro Escolar Mexico Junior College. We were trained, including myself, into vanilla. What we're looking for is to establish a new industry of vanilla, starting with the establishment of our nursery so that we can further on with this industry.
Thea Garcia Ramirez from the steering committee of the Economic Development Master Plan was also present at today's event. She says that both projects have the capacity of enabling growth in northern Belize.
The poultry has run into the vanilla, and so including in that they will learn how to take care of poultry, prevent disease, not treat disease. You know, a lot of it has to do with prevention, the different kinds, and then that will culminate with in the training with each lady taking home about 10 or so little chicks to start off. We had done part 1 of the vanilla project with a group of ladies, and then it was the Women's Commission who had partnered with the Ministry of Investment and with Escuela Secundaria Técnica Mexico Junior College to have a vanilla project. The vanilla project was centered for women. It was really geared towards women. Vanilla has a niche market. It is considered a luxury product. Vanilla right now sells at about $325 US per kilo. So it's very lucrative. Yes, I know. It is very, very lucrative, and we're trying to break into that. Currently, it is harvested in commercial quantities in the south. We have already proven that it can grow in Corozal district, and now this is the second part of that project where CMJC has a nursery, and the nursery has cuttings available, and so then the ladies that have already undergone the training are going to be getting more cuttings and going to be putting that into produce. It takes about 2 years on average, so it's a bit long term, but as I've told you before, it is very worth it because it's a very high value product. It's especially productive when women handle it because it is pollinated manually. So I believe maybe it's a gentle touch of the women's hands, maybe it's the smaller hands, I don't know what it is, but there is data there that shows that production and yields are higher for women farmers of vanilla. So
the Investment Policy and Compliance Unit in the Ministry of Investment was present to confirm and affirm the rollout of the poultry project and the culmination of the vanilla project. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
My name is Stacey Badillo. This is my sister Gina Badillo, and we've been owners of this business for the past 19 years. It is called Purple Passion Studio and Spa, and we're located in Kikaker, Belize. I've been part of the credit union for 12 years, and Gina for 19 years. Professionally, it's allowed us for our business to grow, and our careers has grown as well.
We have had great customer service at Credit Union.
They're exceptional.
Yes.
For this small island, it's very important, but for our small business, it's even more important. It has changed our lives, the lives of our children, of our families.
I highly recommend St. Francis Credit Union to my children, to my family, to my clients, to everyone that is around me, that it's always the number one.
One day, we decided to gather everyone who loves The Last of Us in one place. The naked and afraid fans, and well, everyone who loves realities. The ones who don't like spoilers, and the ones who do. And those who love Barbie and Peppa Pig. That place is called Max. Well, it's not an actual place. It's on your screens, and there's room for everyone. Max is here to bring you more of the stories that you love. Max, the one to watch.
It's another Mr. Fall promotion at Guinea Grass Village Council presents Buffalo. It's all happening on Saturday, May 18th at the New River Park, Guinea Grass Village. Everybody come, let's Buffalo. Live performance by the General himself, Super G. The General performing live. May 18th, New River Park, Guinea Grass Village. Music juggling by DJ Dickus and DJ Virgo. Get your ticket, pre-sale. Tickets $20 and hear more at the door. And without the net, you better come Guinea Grass Village because you can't afford to miss this big Punta Rap competition and lots of giveaways. Mr. Fall Promotion and Guinea Grass Village Council, Buffalo. Sponsored by Express Plus Streaming Entertainment, Rum of Billy's trademark, Mr. Fall Promotion and Rum Berry.
ITSAT STEAM Academy is a four-year government high school that does focus on science, technology, engineering, arts and mathematics, which is called STEAM.
Before this, I've been to other high schools or primary schools, and just being here feels so much more different. But my experience with STEAM in a whole, I love it.
It's at STEAM Academy. We are inclusive.
Females in robotics, I think that we could have a lot of success.
This has been the best experience school life I've ever had. It brings out your creative and innovative side in almost all subjects. In fact, in all subjects.
My experience at STEAM Academy is stunning.
Our students will, I hope, tell you that they are happy to be here because from the moment they set foot in the campus in the morning to the moment they leave, they're engaged in interesting activities which have real meaning to their lives. And by doing this, the learning is much deeper, more effective and long-lasting.
Today, the Ministry of Education, Culture, Science and Technology officially inaugurated the ITSAT STEAM Academy in Belize City. This new secondary school, managed by the government, is the first in Belize to provide high school students with an enabling environment that encourages technological specialization, innovation, and creativity. ITSAT Academy, according to Education Minister Honorable Francis Fonseca, represents the future of education development for the country.
Today is an important milestone in our journey towards empowering the next generation of innovators, problem solvers, and leaders in the field of science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and the arts. As we stand here at this modern campus, surrounded by state-of-the-art facilities and excellent resources, I'm filled with excitement and optimism for the incredible possibilities that lie ahead for each and every student who will walk the halls of this important institution. ITSA is more than just a school. It is a place where creativity, curiosity, and collaboration will be nurtured and challenged. Let it also become a place where our young minds explore the boundless frontiers. Minister Fonseca and the team at the Ministry of Education have worked tirelessly to ensure that this first of its kind Belizean institution provides our students with something more than just acquiring knowledge and skills, all for just $600 a year.
Realization of this first of its kind institution, according to Prime Minister John Briceño, is a significant milestone for his government and for education in Belize.
It's not just celebrating education, but also celebrating the wonderful, diverse cultures of Belize. And of course, that is, an education generally is about, not just about the transfer of knowledge, not just about transferring information. It's also about equipping our people with skills, right? With values, with attitudes, with experiences that will allow them to develop, socially, emotionally, culturally. That is what education really is all about. So how can we, through our work at the Ministry of Education and here at the ITSAT STEAM Academy, how can we develop young people, these wonderful, beautiful young people who are here with us today? How can we develop young people who value and cherish the environment, who value and cherish the arts, the natural beauty of Belize, who value and respect their fellow citizens, their communities that they come from and represent? That is critically important. My friends, this is a government institution. The principal made note of that important fact. This is a government institution, and we want to ensure that every child has an opportunity to access STEAM education, regardless of where you come from, regardless, of your capacity. We don't want there to be any limiting factors to our students being able to access a quality STEAM education. So one of the things we did, our government did, and our ministry did, was to ensure that this institution, as a government institution, would be affordable. So the students who attend this institution, the annual fee for this institution is $600. $600 a year to attend this institution. The students are also given a digital device. So it was important for us to do that, because we do not want anyone excluded from this opportunity. So that is critically important.
The Ministry of Home Affairs and New Growth Industries procured 8 double-cab 4x4 Isuzu D-Max vehicles as a component for a concerted effort to strengthen its security force fleet. The vehicles were to be handed over to the Belize Police Department. An important advancement towards increasing operational efficiency and effectiveness, the vehicles come at a crucial period for the department. They will aid the Crime Investigation Branch in conducting essential tasks such as crime scene visits, patrols, and other duties related to public safety and security across the country. The vehicles, equipped with state-of-the-art features and designed to withstand extreme conditions, are expected to greatly improve the department's mobility and response capabilities. This fleet of vehicles represents a tangible commitment to empowering the department in its mission to protect communities and combat crime. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Monday, May 13th, here on CTV3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at CTV3 Belize News or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at CTV3 News, have a safe and pleasant weekend. Thank you for watching and listening. Good night.